Chris Mann.
Oh, you're kidding me. September.
Kyle Lafferty.
Are you joking me?
Is that right?
I know it's not right.
Anybody else?
Leash, was it?
Like, that is one of the most stupid questions.
Darius Vassell?
Seriously, you all need to just stay quiet. This is getting really annoying doing this quiz.
What is going on here?
Welcome along to the shoutiest segment on Irish radio. It's the scintillating, it's the stupefying, it's the splendido, crappy quiz. Every Friday we pit three of team off the ball up against each other in a quiz of sporting factoids at the end of the week. And it is, as ever, no holds barred. Allow me to welcome tonight's contestants. Our first contestant tonight is one of Off the Ball's football men, but has yet to be rubber stamped as a real football man, and is currently putting together his application. Kicked a football on the street in inner city Dublin? Check. Tweeted sarcastically about the League of Ireland being the FAI's problem child? Check. Frowned upon tennis ball protest on Tuesday night? Check. He's going to finish off that application, put it in an envelope, and fire it off to Mr. E. Dunphy. Best of luck with it, and a warm welcome to you, Phil the Power Egan.
I don't think I did do all those things.
How could you suggest that Phil needs to apply to be a proper football man?
Real football man.
I mean, Phil, that's a slight...
Has he got the John Giles seal of approval?
Have you got the John Giles seal of approval?
Absolutely.
How does that happen?
It's just an understanding. There's no official recognition. It just kind of happens.
Yeah. And like, is there a moment where
there was definitely about 3 years into recording with John Giles on Thursday evening, he did say, yeah, that's a good point. So I took that as a...
I thought you were going to say he said he did stop calling you Joe.
Wow. Never called me Joe. Called me Ger once.
Did he?
How does that make you feel?
Called you a few things.
Did he?
He will after what you said this morning. We'll get to that in a moment. But I want to introduce the man in the middle seat who's ready for a big weekend for his beloved Mayo, who takes out a pitch in the league final on Sunday. They've been brilliant for a lot of the campaign so far, and it's their 8th game of the season, which means there's only about 4 more games this season before this contestant starts supporting them for 2019. The feel of the sweet August air is tangible. The taste of prawns and toast a mere matter of months away. T-minus 4 months until the Ballantyre bully becomes the beast of Ballyhaunis once again. Give it up for Nate Dog Murphy.
That could be your best intro of all time.
Wow. I've been to a Mayo game already this season.
Have you? Which one?
1 game out of 8.
Croke Park, Dublin.
Of course.
I work.
You know he's tipping you boys up in a big way.
Yeah, Leon Blanche tipped him as well on the football show.
For Sunday, I think Mayo will win Sunday. There's no question Mayo will win Sunday. This is the most overhyped team of all time we've seen down in Kerry.
Is it, yeah? I think you're probably right, yeah.
Whoa, look at how he's resisting. Look at him. Oh,
so angry. He's so angry.
It's like the Incredible Hulk, but I'm not showing the physical signs of turning into the Incredible Hulk. That's how furious.
No, you are. You're showing all the physical signs.
I do think you're...
Everyone Mayo is worried about your fearsome defence.
It's actually quite offensive. I didn't know I'd actually get sore about that sort of thing until you actually try it, and really has. So I do think you are right, though. I'm certainly putting my money on Mayo. Our final contestant tonight. our final contestant tonight has been like Anthony Hopkins in The Silence of the Lambs this week, devouring on the live careers of Irish footballers wherever he looks. Seamus Coleman's lack of pace is a perfect appetizer for the main course of missed passes from the Everton player. He's a slasher. He's your man for the hatchet job you need in your life. Give it up for Adrian, who's your daddy Barry. You're very welcome.
Thank you, Owen.
It was frosty, just to kind of pull back the curtain here a little bit between you and Nathan before we clicked record here. Very frosty.
We had a debate on air this morning, and one of us came out the right side of that debate, and one of us on the wrong side of history, and that's where we're at.
Who came out on top?
I think we can all agree.
I think the viewers spoke loudest on, and they spoke.
They switched off.
They said they communicated to say that they felt they were with me. So.
For anyone who missed it, do you think Seamus Coleman was finished, and you thought he was very good the other night?
See, like again, that's not. I didn't say that.
But it's more exciting.
That's not what I said.
But you think he's finished as Ireland's first choice right back?
I said, actually, I mean, I don't know how much attention you were actually paying in the debate this morning. Were you listening at all, or just throwing out straw man arguments?
No, I was listening.
Because I'm not going over it again.
I was
very
impressed that you've spent. How many hours did you spend doing your little freeze frame?
Well, as I mentioned, the player that I was
circled.
Using,
there's Seamus Coleman.
I was looking at the circle of death for most of the, the wheel of death where your player freezes. I was looking at that for probably the vast majority of my analysis.
It was interesting stuff.
You could do that with any Irish player, though, that they give the ball away.
Have you watched this discussion this morning?
I was at the game.
No, that's not what I asked.
I was at the game.
Did you watch the debate we had this morning? No. So watch it and then come back and comment on it.
Phil, Adrian was also at the game, and Seamus Coleman was right in front of him for the second half, and that's literally all he saw. Didn't notice anything else that happened around the pitch. He was a little bit
misrepresentation.
They used to do player cam. They used to do player cam. Is that?
That's what I did when I watched the game back.
If you did that with all our players,
But Phil,
you could make the same argument.
But Phil, he
what happened at the start of the discussion was I watched back the game yesterday solely to look at the
Must be the only
performance of
person from
Seamus
that.
Coleman on the basis of Nathan saying it was one of his top 10 performances in an Ireland shirt. Would you agree with that top 10 performance statement, yes or no?
Absolutely, yes.
Ah, lads, you're full of shite, the two of you. You really are. Honestly.
It's very hard to play.
Right, well, give me 10 better performances.
Come
in
on,
Irish jersey.
Seamus Coleman. Who's looking? I mean, you can't even list off the 10 best performances.
The Georgia game where he scored the goal.
Scored the wonder goal, yeah.
If that's in his top 10 performances, his Ireland career has been a disaster.
So, like,
But it's very hard to thrive in the Martin O'Neill team.
So
as
it's
a
somebody
right back.
else's fault.
Well, who did thrive in the Martin O'Neill
No, but
era?
it's somebody else's fault. Was what you were saying earlier today as well.
Yeah, I was
if
saying
if he's really
myself
good,
and
it's his
John
doing.
Giles were of a similar mindset that as a wing back, so Seamus Coleman, people think he's at his best when he's bombing forward and he's been set free. He can't do that when the midfield don't get on the ball and give it to him, which is what happened on Tuesday night, which was why we saw him get into these advanced positions.
Repeatedly, Darren Randolph, Shane Duffy, Glenn Whelan turned away from him. When he was in actually, admittedly, really good positions, his teammates were turning away.
you can get that full discussion back if you go on to youtube.com/off the ball.
Yeah.
Wide on the right hand side.
We can
From the centre back. He was too deep. They wanted to build it up so he'd get in a more advanced position.
Centre back,
Nonsense.
Shane Duffy, if you were paying enough heed to the game, was largely positioned on the right hand side.
Of the back
Receiving the ball from Randolph.
Yeah.
So it wasn't from the centre.
Would you say you're a bit of a controversial figure, Adrian? Would you say you become a good analyst since watching your game 2 times?
How often have you seen me in the time we've been broadcasting together on a Friday put that much work into something?
Actually thinking about what he was going to say. But the thing was, you see, you thought about what you were going to say and then you got the evidence to back it up.
We'll see.
No, I went into it with an open mind. I'll challenge you on
The
that.
poll is still live. Go on to Off the Ball Twitter account if you want to vote on that.
Misleading poll, by the way, but whatever.
Yeah, we can maybe get back into that in a little while. As ever, the format today is a classic crappy quiz with 4 questions each, and after 4 rounds, a trivia equivalent of taking every game as it comes is on. It's the rapid fire round. Podcast the crappy quiz on iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, or offtheball.com. Give it 5 out of 5, even if you don't like it. And please send us any questions you have via postcard to Crappy Quiz Quizmaster, Off the Ball Towers, Diggs Lane, Marconi House, Dublin 2, other way around, Marconi House before Diggs Lane. Doesn't really matter. Round 1 is the boring questions round, never multiple choice. Question 1 for you, Phil. Can you name all 5 of the Premier League managers who have been sacked this season so far? Now, David Wagner left by mutual consent, so he does not count.
He didn't really, though. Mutual consent is
According to Wikipedia, he did.
Okay, so all 5 managers, right. Jose Mourinho.
That's 1.
That's like I'm through the league table here.
And you're going to have to do it quickly.
Mark Hughes.
Correct. It's 2.
It's around the mid table, I'm thinking here. Can't.
We're going to have to press you for a third answer here. Give us a third answer, you might get a bit more time, but...
Mark Hughes, Jose Mourinho.
5, 4, 3...
Claudio Ranieri.
Oh, Claudio Ranieri.
Slavisa Jokanovic.
Oh, yes. One more.
TikTok.
TikTok is right.
Come on, give him the
I
countdown.
think that's it.
5,
Gotta be done.
4, 3, 2,
It's going to really annoy me now.
1.
Claude Puel.
Claude Puel.
He's so quiet, I forgot about him.
Question 1 for you, Nathan. Kerry versus Mayo this weekend will bring back memories of that famous replay in 2014 in Limerick. Can you tell me what colour both sides were wearing that day?
That's, to be fair, outlandishly easier question than Phil just had to deal with.
Is it?
I mean, at least you can have a guess.
So let me think back. Aidan O'Shea, Killian O'Connor run into each other. What are they wearing?
What was Mayo Mick wearing that day?
That black jersey wasn't out in 2014. Sure it wasn't. Mayo were wearing green and red. Kerry were wearing blue.
Oh, correct.
Green and red and Mayo.
Photographic memory. Question 1 for you, Adrian. Leinster meet Ulster in the Heineken Champions Cup this weekend, which has got us nostalgic towards the 2012 Heineken Cup final between the sides. In that game, there were 5 South Africans on the pitch at one point or another. Can you name 3 of them?
Here, easy.
Ruan Pienaar.
Yes.
Ulster second row, I think. What year?
2012.
Willie LaRue?
No.
Henky van der Merwe?
Yeah.
Richard Strauss?
No. All the others are Ulster from that day. You got Ruan Pienaar. Johan Muller?
Johan Muller, yeah.
Muller.
That was the easy one. That's why I asked for 3. And then Terblanche and Mannenberg as well.
Those last 2 I never would have got.
We're on the team. Round 2 is the Alan Partridge Sports Reporter round. After one of Alan Partridge's finest moments on television last week, this round will test your knowledge on Alan Partridge's sports inserts on the 1994 show The Day Today, a staple of any YouTube wormhole. Question 2 for Phil. We're going to start with a classic. Have a listen to this.
Yes! That was a goal! Striker! Eat that! And another! Bing bang, stick it in. Thank you and good night. Twat! That was liquid football. Shit! Did you see that? He must have a foot like a...
Fill in the blank.
What?
Fill in the blank with the beep.
And you're not going to get the replay because it's too
Fill in the
long.
blank.
Why didn't you tell me that beforehand?
I think that's, to be fair, a totally reasonable point.
Like, I was just listening going, no idea what the question is going to be.
Okay, he said foot like a... It's a classic Partridge moment.
Yeah, but I'm not an Alan Partridge. I'm not
Get
against
out.
him.
Get out.
Fought like a
Guess.
A hammer.
Traction engine.
A traction engine is correct. Unlucky, Phil. Question 2 for you, Nathan. Let's go to Alan Partridge in a disconsolate Tanner's dressing room post the defeat.
The atmosphere here hangs heavy like a big smell. The smell of men together, the smell of cat's musk. Bob Mariner, you missed the penalty. Why?
Yeah, Alan, it was a bad one. It took the top of my boot. It was all over in an instant.
You look really stupid.
Yeah, it wasn't a good performance. I'm going to try and take a shower now. Right. On to the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Are you going to wash away the stain of defeat?
So can you tell me who this Tanner side was up against? Was it A, Manchester United, B, Nottingham Forest, or C, Liverpool?
It's kind of shite that you didn't get a multiple choice.
But it was also the most famous moment from all of Alan.
Liverpool.
Correct.
See, Adrian, you said that after the first question as well. You know, there's a pattern developing here.
There is a pattern, Phil.
Yeah.
Of me getting all the answers right and you not having a clue.
When you getting asked about 2 of your favourite things, Mayo and Liverpool.
That's how it works. Question 2 for you, Adrian.
No comment.
Have a listen to Alan Partridge interviewing a jockey at the Marple races.
Very pleased to have won the race. It was a hard race, won it by a nose at the end, you know, so it's
And your mum and dad must be pleased. Now, what do they think of you doing this? Shouldn't you be at school? Do they not think you're sort of missing out on schoolwork?
Well, I think I'll be a little bit over that now. I'm 33 years of age,
What?
you know. That's right, I'm 33 years
You're
of age.
33?
That's right.
But you're so small.
Well, that's the idea, you know. I mean, if I was any bigger, if it was your size, then I wouldn't have won the race today.
Right, that's why you never see people like Brian Blessed riding horses. No, it makes sense.
So can you tell me which of these is not the name of a horse that's running at this particular meeting at Marple? Is it A, Trust Me, I'm a Stomach, B, Horsey McHorseface, or C, Two-Headed Sex Beast?
B.
Correct. What? Correct, Horsey McHorseface.
Yeah, because that's only come out in the last couple of years. The Baldy McBoldface nonsense.
True, I guess. Yeah, I should have thought about that before I actually compiled those questions. Good answer.
Don't worry about it, Ron.
2 points for Nathan, 1 point for Adrian, 0 points for Phil as we move on to round 3, which was written by JP. The sporting protest round.
Stipulation.
This week the words cheap, stupid and yobbish were not used to characterise Adrian Barry's assault on Seamus Coleman on this morning's episode of OTBAM, but rather cheap, stupid and yobbish was how one of the world's footballing men described Tuesday night's tennis ball protest at the Aviva. In this round, we're going to test your knowledge of other famous sporting protests. So question 3 for you, Phil. Muhammad Ali was famously stripped of his world titles when he refused to fight in the Vietnam War. His protest lasted 4 years, but in which year did it begin?
1967.
66. Unlucky, Phil. Just not falling your way today, is it?
They really don't suit me, do they?
Question 3.
Here's your give me question, Nathan.
Name the boxer I just mentioned in the previous.
Name the manager.
What is your name?
Bow down and acknowledge I'm just superior.
Question 3 for you, Nathan.
I'm modest.
The US boycotted the 1980 Moscow Olympics, but who was president of the United States at the time? If you actually don't know, you do a very good job of pretending to know quite well. The thoughtful face is quite convincing.
What year were you born?
81.
Oh, but you would have remembered if you were.
Jimmy Carter.
Correct. Nathan, 3 from 3.
We'll give him go Reagan, and then Reagan was definitely
that was a good one.
Reagan was definitely more late 80s, wasn't he?
Because I have more recollection of seeing Reagan. That's why I would have steered away from him there.
That's what was put me off. But I was struggling to think post Nixon.
The spitting image Reagan character.
Anyway, we got there. It was a tough question.
Got there at the end, we did.
Worth the wait.
Yeah, they're easy if you know them. Question 3 for you, Adrian.
What I tend to do.
In 1968, Tommy Smith and John Carlos gave the Black Power salute at the Mexico City Olympics. They shared the podium with an Australian athlete. What was his name?
Piss off.
Why?
That wasn't his name anyway.
I literally had his nephew on the show like a month ago.
Come on, name an American president from the early 80s. Name the colours of 2 GA teams' shirts. One of them is the team he support. And another question about the other team he supports, Liverpool.
You got a question about Horsey McHorseface.
I know, but I mean, I think myself and Phil's questions have been outrageous. Put that on the record.
What's your answer?
I'd piss off is my answer.
Well, what's your favourite Australian name?
Piss off, correct? No, it's not. Peter Norman is the correct answer.
That's a ridiculous question.
How?
Well, it could have been Harvey Norman, as far as I know.
That's stereotypical right there. And we would like to distance ourselves from those disgusting comments made by Adrian Barry just there.
What's disgusting?
Round 4 is the fun-free magic number, just because he's Australian.
No, he shares a surname with the guy you've just mentioned.
Contestants in the fun-free magic number round.
Person?
I think so, yeah. You don't hear him on the ads. Is he not Harvey?
Not even an Australian. That's just somebody putting on an Australian accent.
No,
not in the ads either.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an awkward one there now, isn't it? So contestants get 3 points for getting the number exactly right in this round. If no one manages that, the nearest contestant who doesn't go bust gets 2 points, and the second closest gets 1 point. I'm going to have to state that we can only accept the answer that's written on your paper. I'm going to have to ask for your pens once the music ends. So if you don't mind, give us the following number. The number of games Spurs have drawn in this season's Premier League so far, plus the number of goals Raheem Sterling has scored in qualifying for Euro 2020, plus the number of National Football League titles Mayo have won this century, plus the number of National Hurling League titles Limerick have won this century. Your 30 seconds expires when Sinatra sings Bright Shiny Beads.
Boom, done.
What was the Mayo question?
How many National Leagues have they won this century? How many Hurling Leagues have Limerick won this century? Spurs have drawn how many games in the Premier League so far this season? And the total number of goals that Raheem Sterling has scored in the Euro 2020 qualifiers so far this campaign. Everybody with their pens down early. This is remarkable. Must be an easy one.
Maybe I should change.
Now it's written down 14. Nathan?
6.
6.
5.
The answer is 6.
Boom! Oh, we're on course to the perfect round. Wow. It's never happened before.
Right, okay, let's go through those. So the number of games Spurs have drawn?
1
against Arsenal.
Correct. Sterling?
5 then.
4
goals.
6.
You had 3. Football leagues for Mayo?
1
2001. And Limerick?
0,
yeah. Jesus, good work. It was a perfect correct number as well. So, were Nathan's questions easier there as well, or what's the story?
Stop excusing the opening 3 rounds with coming out with guff like that.
Wow.
The rapid fire round. Our winner tonight will be decided in the round that separates the men from the boys, the Nathan Carters from the Nathan Murphys. It's a no theme in particular, ridiculously easy rapid fire round. The score you get in this round will be added to your score in the previous round. There will be... Sorry?
It was a good line.
Oh, thank you very much. There will be 40 seconds for everyone to answer the same set of questions.
Insulting to me?
Yeah.
No, it's far more insulting to Nathan Carter than it is to you. We're going to have to start with the person with the highest number of points, then on to the person in second, and then on to the person in last. If you get a question correct, I will ask you another question and keep asking you questions until you get one wrong. And if you get one wrong, you'll get deducted 1 point as well. So the stakes really could not be higher, despite the fact that Nathan has a 5 point lead.
Dangerous. It's a dangerous lead, though.
Nathan's on 6, Adrian's on 1, and Phil is on 0. So a 5
Does
point
Phil
gap.
not get points in the last round?
No, only if nobody actually got the correct number.
Yeah.
So
sorry, Phil. Doing my best for you.
Fairness, Adrian, you're looking out for me,
Doing my
but
best
I'm
for
not
you.
really helping myself.
Nathan, you ready to go?
I suppose.
It goes Nathan, then Adrian, then Phil.
So smug.
He's going to, you know what? He's going effectively he's going to try and bring the ball to the corner flag here.
Well, he can't because he'll get pinged.
He'll get deducted.
Oh, I'll get pinged, though.
Nathan, your
Ping
time.
him if there's any sense of.
I'll be pinging.
Ping the.
I'm ready to ping.
Of course, you also will have to get some questions right at some stage to maybe put some pressure on.
Nathan, your time starts with a Keith Wood. You know me, buddy. I don't give a shite.
You know me, buddy. I don't give a shite.
What length contract has Solskjaer signed at United?
3 years.
Correct. Who do Munster play this weekend?
Edinburgh.
Correct. In what US state is this week's Dell match play event taking place?
Arizona.
No, Texas. Who was named man of the match in the game against Georgia, Adrian?
Goldrick.
Correct. Which two teams face each other in the Division 1 Camogie final on Sunday?
Dublin and Cork.
No, Kilkenny and Galway. Phil, if Kilkenny win, how many consecutive league titles have they picked up?
4.
Correct. Damien McLaren is the manager of which team?
Antrim.
No, Derry footballers. Back to you, Nathan. Who has this week been tipped to become the next Ireland scrum coach?
John Fogarty.
Correct. Which Premier League goalkeeper holds the all-time record for total clean sheets in the Premier League?
Petr Cech.
Correct. 8 points.
9 points.
Well, you got deducted one for...
Yeah, but I got two.
Let's not worry too much, lads. Let's not
Got to 9.
By the way,
dominant performances we've seen in the crappy quiz.
No, you've got 3 easy questions.
I think I'm on about 8 crappy quiz.
What was the one you got wrong?
Where's the golf on this week?
This week we do have a prize.
Phil. Good point.
That was interesting.
We do have a prize for the winner of this week's crappy quiz, and it is the final word in the Seamus Coleman debate. So congratulations, Nathan. Take it away.
Thank you very much. Well, as a football man, I think most people would agree with me that Seamus Coleman put in a fine performance. Adrian Barry
has just left the
somehow was let have free rein on a national radio station to insult one of our greatest sports people.
Thank you very much. Congratulations on your win, Nathan, and we'll see you next week. We'll see you next week as well, right here on offtheball.com or wherever you're catching us this week. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. There's more good stuff coming up on the radio right after these.